everybody, welcome back to my video. Today we are headed out to check my husband's deer cameras out in the woods over at his dad's house and see if there's any activity out there. We're also going to put some more corn out there, and I have pear trees in the back of my house. We're going to take some pears I picked up off the ground out. So come along with us. Ready to take off out in the woods, lay some corn out there. It ought to be a fun time. I don't know. Tell you what, truthfully, you guys, I feel like crap. So hopefully this is going to be a decent time for me. Through the years, he and his dad, they've cut a lane through here, and it goes this way also, and from behind us. And what the deer do is the deer, they run through this lane. There's a few other lanes out in the woods I might be able to show you too, but they run through this lane and find the corn. This tree stand is up in this tree. I don't know, can you guys see it? Kind of hidden in there. We're gonna go check it and see if it's okay this year, safe, and see if anything has changed. Oh, there he goes. He originally bought this tree stand for both of us. What is this stand, honey?
This is a double stand.
It's a
15-foot double stand.
This is a 15-foot double stand that my grandsons will be hunting soon. I've got 4 grandsons. 3 of them will be hunting, and my husband will be able to help out my son-in-law with the boys, and there's room in this stand for them. I give them my seat. Does anything need cut up there? How's it going?
Yeah, I see a couple limbs I have to cut down. One there, a couple saplings here, a couple saplings over there. Branch off of that one.
Now, why do you cut these?
Basically, I'm making shooting lanes.
Oh.
As deer come down through these lanes, I won't be able to get a clear shot through each lane. So that if I do happen to shoot at a deer, the limbs and leaves won't deflect the arrow.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. He's got quite a few deer from back out here. What we do is we normally take them and have them processed, and I only will eat the ground deer meat. He once in a while will make steaks or chops out of it or something, and I'll cook them for him. But I'll eat the ground deer meat because I can disguise that. So we usually take it and have it processed. Last year we bought some equipment that if he does get a deer, we will be able to process it ourselves.
Yeah, we bought a meat grinder last year.
We bought a meat grinder. So we tried making deer, what did we try making? Deer sausage?
Yes.
Okay, our first attempt at making deer sausage was awful. It tasted nasty. It wasn't a good sausage, so I don't even think I used any of that. I might have mixed some of it with like sloppy joe mix or something, but it was pretty. What are you looking for when you come out here?
Well, this is the fall of the year. This is the pre-rut season. This is when the deer lose their velvet off of their antlers. Every year deer lose their antlers.
Yeah.
Usually in late winter. Every year around September is when their the blood quits going to their antlers, and the velvet dries off and falls off, and they become antlers. Well, then as they get near their pre-rut season, they rub on trees to clean off their antlers and sharpen their antlers and get ready for rut.
Right.
They also start leaving signs, scrapes, and rubs. Rubs are rubbing on trees with their antlers. Scrapes are when they get used for like signposts. There's a couple different scrapes they use. Some are for like everyone, bucks and does alike. And then later on, as a rut comes in, they use them to find out where the does are to attract does. Every year this happens. This is called pre-rut. The deer go in and they start finding their locations to go in the woods. Right now the leaves are still on, the foliage are still up. As fall progresses, the leaves are going to change colors. They're going to fall. They're going to change their moving patterns, how they move. They're going to go into deeper cover in some areas and try to find a suitable place for them to run and hide, not be seen. But they also want to be in areas where they can pick up signs and smells of doe who are coming into heat, and actually use those scrapes to identify when a doe comes in heat and where she's going. And they travel behind her and they follow her. That's when the best time to get a dominant buck is, because they drop their guards. They're very wary and can pick up scents and smells from long distances. But they get stir crazy when they find a hot doe and they follow her. That's when they come out in the open more often. They also start using dusk and dawn more prevalent to find hot does.
What'd you find?
Well, I found a good sized track. It looks like it probably be a buck. It's hard to really tell for sure, but I've always heard and kind of believe that to some degree that when they're like this, it's usually a buck. When it's like to a point like this, it's usually a doe.
Oh.
But by the size of it, pretty good sized deer.
Yeah,
I'd probably say maybe 3 to 4 years old maybe.
Cool.
It's fairly fresh because it's still, mud's still pliable.
Another one there?
It's the same one. He was walking. So hopefully, he was right where my camera was in line, so hopefully we'll be able to see where it was. He walked within
Close.
8 yards of my camera, right down this lane. Nope. You got deer crisscrossing right here.
There's a field, there's a path there, over to a field behind you.
This one here looks like a doe. You see, it comes down to a point.
Let me see.
They're like this. Can you see it? Not quite as big as a track either.
Oh, I see the point. Okay.
This one here's another one too. See that little point right there?
Yep.
I'm just going that way. And there's a little bitty one.
Aww.
I know there's a mother out here with a baby.
We've seen that on video.
Seen on video several times. Still in spots. That was back in August. We started videoing them. So be watching out for them. Make sure I don't shoot the mama. I try to not shoot deer with babies. I want the babies to have an opportunity to grow up and become bigger deer.
Right.
So I usually, if I go for does, they're usually going to be a lone doe or a yearling by herself. Now this is like an old scrape. What they do is they find an overhanging branch hanging low, and they rub their eye glands, their scent glands. They chew on them, their saliva glands on the branches above it. So you usually see evidence of them chewing and biting off ends of it.
Yeah.
This is an old one. I don't see anything new off this here, but what they do is as they come by, every deer comes by here, they paw at this fresh dirt, they urinate in it, usually leave some kind of a scent on their scent glands or saliva on their branches above it, and they'll want to go on by. And tell all deer come through here that they went through here. If it's a doe usually coming into heat, it tells what stages of heat they're in. If a buck comes by here and sees that and smells it, finds out that she's in heat, he'll follow her pretty quick and basically use his nose to hunt her down, find out where she's headed.
He follows her scent.
Follows her scent. Follows her scent. Because they have scent glands all in their feet, their ankles. They have what they call hawks on their legs, right by their knees. And they have scent glands that rub on plants and brush and things as they go through the woods. Besides their own personal smell. This is an old rub from last year. See, they rub their antlers on these trees to clean them off, sharpen them up, and get the velvet off. Use it for basically practice for fighting. And when they fight for, if they have to fight for a dominant doe or a hot doe, two deer will do that. Use it for intimidation for a lot of times.
Oh, really? Now, how do you know that's from last year?
Normally, if it's from this year, it'll be clean and white. This has been growed up, and this is already starting to heal itself. Close up from last year. But usually, when deer in this kind of area, like this real thick and small saplings, there'll be like a line of them. It's like basically telling all the other bucks, "This is my area, stay out." And they'll mark their trees like that. It'll usually be like a line. So I'm sure there's probably other trees around here that's got markings on it just like this. The beginning ones here. Well, we're going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys that don't know much about deer and travels and mating rituals of white-tailed deer, maybe you learn a little bit about it as the season progresses and teach you more. That's it. See you later.
Like, subscribe, put on the notifications, and thumbs up this video. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Look into the little black hole when you talk.
Oh. Let's do this.
I don't know what to say. He doesn't go very fast with me. Whoa. Nope. You guys see that? Ooh, yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. Stay soft and talk.
Hold on a second. Let me get this thing off.
Oh, my lands, it's all attached. Ah, it's in my hair. It's in my hair. Oh, yuck, yuck, ooh, yuck. Okay, okay. All right, okay. I think we got that spider web. So why are you? Where the heck were we?
Well, every